Hello, it is Tina Clark, computer teacher. Today is Friday, June 12th, 2020, and we are going to keep talking about summer weather and safety. This will be part 2. So I hope that you watched part 1, and just to review, in the first part, we talked about how the weather in the summer can be sunny or it can be rainy, cloudy, and stormy. And we talked about how on summer days, they can be hot and sunny, and we're going to pick up there. I'm not going to go in detail on each of these points, but I added something to one of the points. During the summer, of course, it's good to wear a hat and sunglasses if you're outside. It's good to put on sunscreen, drink lots of water. And then I added some more here. Put a time limit on how long you're in the sun. On really hot days, when the heat index is 91 degrees and above, if you're at Lifescape, you may be required to stay inside or not go on field trips if it is that hot. There are some times in the summer when the heat index, which is the temperature combined with high humidity, and then they formulate a heat index. If that is 91 degrees and above, it's very dangerous. And you don't want to go out and get sick in that. And so there are rules that we have to go by. And so if you are at Lifescape when the heat is that bad on a summer day, you may be required to stay inside or not go on field trips. All right. And just a second here. We also talked about we can get thunderstorms. There is a video I wanted you to watch in the last video, so please make sure to watch that. There will be questions on that in an upcoming video. And now we're going to pick up where I talked about watches versus warnings. Sometimes the National Weather Service will issue a thunderstorm watch or a thunderstorm warning, or a tornado watch or a tornado warning. So what's the difference between the two? A watch means dangerous weather is possible within a couple of hours, but it is not occurring at the present moment. But remember, in the last video, I talked about how a warning in the red letters means dangerous weather is occurring. It's coming toward you. Move indoors and seek shelter if necessary. And I also added this. So at Lifescape, and this is for those of us on 26th Street, if a watch is issued, all patients and staff are to confine their activities to Lifescape Children's Services buildings and grounds. So even though dangerous weather might not be occurring, if we're under a watch, a severe weather watch, we still would confine our activities to the Children's Services buildings and grounds. Okay, now, if it gets worse and if a warning has been issued, there will be an overhead page in the building that says, severe weather warning, please move to lower level south hallway. And I don't have a photo of that in this presentation, but I hope to have a photo of that. That is in a downstairs hallway, and it's in a hallway right by the swimming pool. And that's where we all have to go when there is a severe weather warning. And you have to stay there in the hallway and pay attention to what your staff is telling you. There's no reason for panic or fear. Just try to be calm and then follow the directions of your staff. And you will have to go to that hallway and wait. So your staff might bring along some things to help you wait. Maybe they will bring along an iPad or some other things to help you wait. Sometimes all you can do is just wait, and that is a good skill to learn how to do, is to learn how to wait. And that might be a really good computer lesson someday too, learning how to wait. Anyway, don't want to get off topic here. So during a severe weather warning at Lifescape Children's Services on 26th Street, you'll move to the lower level south hallway. And when the severe weather has passed, the overhead will page, all clear severe weather. You cannot leave that hallway until the overhead says, all clear, severe weather. And we always hope that won't take very long. But, you know, if you were to leave the area before they do the all clear, you would be in danger. You might be going someplace where there could be danger. So you have to make sure that you follow your instructions and follow what your staff says and follow what the overhead page says. And this is for all students and residents and staff at the 26th Street location, Children's Services. Okay, we're going to talk about tornadoes. Sometimes in the summer we can get tornadoes. A tornado is a rotating column of air shaped like a funnel, and here is a funnel shape. Here over on the left is a real picture of a tornado. You can see that it starts up at the top in a thunderstorm and it goes down to the ground. And where the funnel meets the ground, that's where it destroys things. The winds are very fast and very violent, and the winds will do all kinds of damage. It says a tornado can have wind speeds up to 300 miles per hour. That is very fast. A tornado can destroy homes and buildings and also uproot trees and throw vehicles hundreds of yards. A tornado is very dangerous. And I have an animated picture here. I don't know how well it's going to show up for you in the screen capture program, but it just shows how the tornado, it rotates, it goes around and around, and it spins and spins and spins like a top. And where the tornado meets the ground, that's where the destruction is. So there is a video here about tornadoes. You will need to watch this on your own. Let's see if it comes up here. Okay, I'll play a little bit, but because my screen capture program does not show it well, you will need to watch it on your own.
Clarendon Learning explores tornadoes. Legend has it that Pecos Bill, the toughest Texas cowboy ever, took his lasso made from a rattlesnake and roped the biggest, meanest cyclone ever, and rode that mean old cyclone until it got so tired that it petered out. And the story is told about how Dorothy
I'm going to pause it
up in their house by a beast of a...
because it starts out with some stories, and really they're just stories, but it does show you in this picture that a tornado could move a building like that, and it does spin. And the video gets into how a tornado is formed and where tornadoes take place in Tornado Alley. South Dakota is in Tornado Alley, and Tornado Alley is a bunch of states that get tornadoes. It's not a real alley, it's not a street. It just means that here's a whole bunch of states that get tornadoes, and South Dakota is one of them. So you watch this whole video. I will be asking questions from that video in an upcoming video that I make. All right, so let's go back into our PowerPoint. I want to also talk about Sioux Falls. We experienced a tornado on, and let me just go back and make sure I have the right date, September 10th, 2019. And there were pictures taken of that. Some drone pictures of the tornado damage. And actually, as I recall, it was really 3 tornadoes that came together in Sioux Falls that day. It actually happened overnight. So we weren't in school at the time, but we were in bed. And quite honestly, I wasn't able to sleep that night. But I do want you to watch this video on your own. It's kind of long, but it shows tornado damage in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, on September 10th, 2019. That was last fall. And some of it you can fast forward through. I'm going to fast forward to a couple of places here. At the 9-minute mark here, let me fast forward. Let's see, because I believe it will show you some damage. I think at Pizza Ranch. Let's just watch here. We'll see. Yes. Okay, this is what a tornado did at Pizza Ranch on 41st Street and a bunch of other buildings by Pizza Ranch too. It tore the roof off. So you can see how violent and dangerous a tornado is right there in that picture. And this is a drone. taking a picture. And you can see that there's another building that had the roof taken off too. But look at Burger King. It's safe. How did that happen? Well, we're going to fast forward to the 21-minute mark. So, and you can watch this whole video. There's more stuff, but just for our sake of what we're talking about here, I thought I'd fast forward. All right, so they're showing, I think it's 41st. They're swinging over now. Oh, look at that. Do you see? Trees. There's a tree down. A couple of trees down. And that tornado just tore that tree and uprooted that tree. And fell on that building. And look, it tore up those trees really bad. And there were lots of places where that happened. So the next day, there were many people having to clean up branches. And I'm betting that some people's homes were damaged also. I will pause that because I want you to watch that on your own. And you can see the damage from last fall. All right. Let's go back to our PowerPoint here. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. And in the next video, we will talk some more about questions from the videos I watched. And we also need to talk about some other summer weather. We haven't talked all that much about hail. We should talk more about hail and maybe some other summer weather and other ways to stay safe in the summer. So that is all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.